of the joy of collecting Star Wars action figures, or at least for me, is having full sets, having groups of figures that go together and being able to display them. I have a particular passion for Rebel pilots, and for years been collecting them. It's also really fun and I think natural for a lot of collectors to put together displays of the Mos Eisley Cantina, or for the Return of the Jedi version, Jabba's Palace, was simply because these two settings have so many characters and so many colorful and iconic characters in them that, well, and with all the action happening, they make great diorama pieces. But the thing is, both Jabba's Palace and the Cantina have been slower than I think a lot of us realize in rolling out characters. I mean, we've had them in multiple scales, multiple styles. They make great toys. They have what's called Toyetic Properties, if you will. And we've had them since the vintage times. But the thing is, when you take a step back, whether you're looking at the skiff guards or Jabba's Palace proper or the Cantina, while there are a lot of colorful aliens, there's also a lot of humans, like a lot, especially for the Cantina. If you look at the original photography that was done before the pickup shots, yeah, basically there were a couple weird-looking aliens here and there. I mean, some of them were even mounted against the wall because they weren't actually with, actors inside. They were just puppets. But there's a lot of people, like just normal, everyday humans. And this is kind of why our displays aren't quite correct. The only normal human we've actually ever had is Bo Sheck. Now, yeah, we've had Dr. Evazan and the Cantina bartender, but they both have speaking roles. Bo Sheck just kind of has a nodding role to Obi-Wan. Part of this is because back in the day, in the 70s, they didn't get actors to sign license rights because they never thought someone would want an action figure of these obscure characters, especially the obscure humans, the extras in the background. No one thought this was going to be a thing. Well, when they were shooting Jedi, obviously they had a much bigger budget, so they had all of the aliens ready to go. They were all there on set. They didn't have to do pickup shots like they did with the Mos Eisley Cantina. And while there are arguably, well, factually, more aliens in Jabba's palace than there are the Cantina, there are a fair share of humans as well. And I'm not just talking about Dengar, who is, slurking around the background there, or, Lando. There are legitimate human extras that are, there beside all of the colorful aliens, bounty hunters, and, skiff guards, etc., etc. So yeah, to have a truly accurate display, it means needing the humans. But humans don't make really interesting toys if they're not lead characters, which is why all of the Jabba Denzian packs have always been aliens. And it's been basically customizers who have had to fill in the gap with the sort of less alien-looking characters from Jabba's palace, shall we say. I mean, there's plenty of aliens left to do, but there's also a ton of humans. And that double downs for the Cantina. Double downs? It doubles down. There we go. For the Cantina. All right, so humans. Yeah, the background humans really don't stand out that much. Yet, we're finally getting two quote-unquote generic human thugs in an upcoming 4-pack of Jabba's Palace Denzians. So along with Three Eyes and Tentacle Beard, okay, it's Reese and Tessic, or, Three Eyes and Squid Face, if you want to go with the old names. Okay, I know he was Reese, but that was an anagram of Three Eyes. So while these were very big characters back in the day, and it makes sense to use them to anchor the pack, the two aliens that I'm really excited about are the two on the right there, because they've never been done as figures before, but more importantly, they're humans, and they're background humans, which makes the overall display look that much cooler. But why these two humans? I mean, out of all of the ones out there, I mean, this guy isn't that exciting. What, he's got like a black bandana across his face, a pointy hat, and a puffy shirt. Probably found that out of the dumpster from some Planet of the Apes film that they made 10 years ago. All right, so Velken Tezeri. Why in the world? Why have collectors wanted this character, especially since the vintage days? Well, it's because of this. This is the prisoner skiff, the one that all the lead characters in the movie, the ones that actually you can recognize and have names above the board. Well, a lot of us, including myself, this is my skiff with my characters on it. We've wanted to have a complete skiff. We wanted to have the complete set, a full team, if you will. No different from a superhero team or a baseball team. And we've gotten every single character on this skiff except one. The human. Shocker, right? Now, it's no different than any other team you're trying to build. It drives me crazy that I can't get Ferrell or Wolfsbane to complete my Marvel Legends 90s X-Men shelf, or Rachel Summers for Excalibur. And getting Velken Velken, there you go, vote for Velken. He's been someone that fans have been asking for specifically because they've wanted to complete the prisoner skiff. And yeah, now, especially now that we have the Jabba sail barge as well in 3 3/4. So yeah, he may look kind of plain, but this is the last remaining guard from that skiff. The other human that we're getting in this pack is this guy. I used to call him Antler's Head because he's got a pair of antlers stuck to his helmet. I think he superglued them there. Tezeri Taym Dren-garen. Why is he important? He's got aim, right? It's notorious that stormtroopers in Star Wars have the worst aim in any science fiction franchise. I mean, it's literally become a running gag in pop culture that stormtroopers can't hit anything. The only other time a stormtrooper ever hits anyone is the one who shoots Leia on Endor. Otherwise, yeah, they miss every single shot, and there's hundreds and hundreds of stormtroopers that are shooting after our good guys throughout the original trilogy. So, yeah, it's not just become like a gag in pop culture, it's become a whole thing. All right, so with this, why is this character so important? Well, like I said, he's the only character in the entire trilogy, except for that one stormtrooper that shoots Leia on Endor, who actually shoots one of the main characters and wounds them. And this is actually a very significant wound. It happens on the sail barge. So he's the guard that blasts Luke's lightsaber hand, causing, his hand to malfunction, if you will. But more importantly, it's why he has to then wear a black glove for the remainder of the movie, or for the action figure in the 80s. The only one that came out had a glove. I mean, this key moment when Luke is looking down at that gloved hand, it's because that antler-headed goon shot him. He's the only one who actually makes contact and does the job that he's hired to, shoot the good guys. So yeah, that's why I'm excited. These aren't just regular humans, but these are two very important humans to a Jabba Palace display. And I know we have to get Reese again, or Three Eyes, and we've had him multiple times in the modern era, meaning kind of the post-Disney movies. And while he's come on a quote-unquote Black Series card, and 3 3/4 was on Black Series, as well as on a vintage card with this Jabba Palace set that came with both Han and Reese on vintage cards, getting a figure we already have recarded is usually basically to pay for the tooling for the new characters, and if I have to own another Reese in order to get some humans finally, honestly, while I grumble, I'll accept it. I mean, you can never have too many Reese, right? Grand aliens are awesome because they have 3 eyes. I don't know, whatever. The point being is, we're getting more humans, and we're getting important humans, and that means Hasbro's really showing a lot of love. What do you think? Are you surprised we're getting humans? Do you want more humans? Less humans? What's your human opinion on Star Wars action figures? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you for sharing and liking and subscribing and all the fun YouTube stuff. It's always appreciated. See you guys next time.